Rosé's already a hard canvas to work on, and Tina just managed to make it harder.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 RuPaul's Drag Race makeup fails.
All right, let's talk about Willem's beard.
For this list, we're looking at the most notable instances of terrible makeup on the reality competition series, whether during a workroom entrance, on the runway, or as part of a maxi challenge. However, we won't be counting quick drag mini challenges. Which of these queens truly drove the struggle bus? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Willem's 5 o'clock shadow. This might be a relatively subtle faux pas, but it still caused a storm. This queen's visible stubble was much discussed on season 4, most memorably during the reading mini challenge.
Willem, Miss Industry, congratulations on your new role as the big bad wolf. By the hair on your chinny chin chin.
Both Latrice Royale and Sharon Needles laid into Willem for her insufficiently covered beard, and got serious laughs for it.
Dita Ritz. A lot of you girls like to clock me for painting my skin on the gray side, but I was inspired by your knees. They're the same color as Willem's chin.
But the issue truly came to a head when Michelle Visage pointed it out on the runway.
I love what you look like tonight, but in the beard area, you see the shadow again tonight?
And in Untucked, Sharon clashed with Willem over the persisting problem, recommending that she use pancake makeup like her competitors. Granted, the advice was a bit harsh and not necessarily wanted, but the lack of coverage had practically been visible since day one. Number 9. Jasmine Masters' beard.
Look at this gown, gag over it, because there's nothing else you can do besides gag.
Covering up facial hair can be a struggle, but as it turns out, putting it on is no cakewalk either. For one runway in season 7, the contestants followed in Milk's footsteps and sported beards on the main stage. The judges loved Jasmine Masters' gown, but took serious issue with her chin strap-like 5 o'clock shadow.
Your beard is the most disturbing to me, and it looks almost like a chin strap.
The queen said she couldn't glue anything to her face, but surely she could have produced a better-looking beard using cosmetics alone. For her part, Kennedy Davenport's poorly applied patches of hair were certainly an eyesore.
It just looked like she had some old pubes laying around and she glued them to her face and that was it.
But considering her lack of polish and effort, Jasmine's makeup job was undoubtedly the worst. Number 8. Jocelyn Fox's makeover of Bradonna Fox. Makeover challenges provide a unique opportunity for queens to demonstrate their makeup skills on another person's face. Unfortunately, Jocelyn Fox did not rise to the occasion in season 6. Her partner Brandon wasn't exactly a happy camper, but that shouldn't have affected the queen's ability to properly apply highlight and contour.
Oh man, I don't know if I want body.
Michelle Visage aptly pointed out that Bradonna looked metallic, as incorrect makeup shades had clearly been used on the bride-to-be.
The face is not her color. She looks metallic.
Whether the issue was Jocelyn's lack of skill or an understocked workroom, it's a shame we didn't get to see Bradonna Fox shine as she could have.
I feel so bad that Brandon got sick, but I kind of would have felt the same way if I lifted the veil and my face looked like that.
Number 7. Jinx Monsoon's favorite body part look. There were many things to love about this campy queen during her time on season 5, but her makeup wasn't always one of them. Early in her run, she often sported heavy-handed eyeshadow and a shaded nose that somehow looked off. In episode 6, the runway theme required the queens to highlight their best body part. Judging by her aggressive contouring, you'd think that Jinx's choice was her cheeks. The intense shadows affected her face shape and distracted from her outfit.
Look, I'm gonna give you a tip. You don't need to contour so hard.
Although this queen's skills with a brush were sometimes lacking, they were thankfully much improved by the time the finale rolled around.
I remember hearing you say you've been through many phases in your drag, and I think I've entered Jinx 2.0, the butterfly phase.
Number 6. Milan's Diana Ross Snatch Game.
Milan's makeup looks crazy. I've never seen Diana Ross look like she's cracked out.
The Snatch Game challenge requires the queens to embody a celebrity figure, and that means harnessing the transformative powers of cosmetics. Sadly, Milan's attempt to pay homage to Diana Ross fizzled in more ways than one.
This was a real heavy Diana Ross. This was like Diana Ross about 4:30 in the morning after a couple packs of cigarettes.
Her makeup was extremely messy, with distractingly thin eyebrows and tragically wonky false eyelashes. Guest judge Loretta Devine took notice and later commented that Milan sometimes looked cross-eyed.
I had trouble with the makeup. She looked a little cross-eyed at times.
But the biggest problem of all was that even with improvements to her lashes, it's unlikely that the queen would have been able to channel Ms. Ross. Unfortunately, even Milan's amped-up take on the timeless diva's personality couldn't rescue her from the bottom. Number 5. Shangela's Season 2 entrance look.
Hello, somebody.
Hello.
Hi.
A queen's Drag Race workroom entrance look is her opportunity to make a good first impression on fellow competitors and viewers alike. It makes sense then that these ensembles speak volumes about a contestant's fashion sense and taste level. Despite Shangela's current status as a performer, there is no question that her makeup in the Season 2 premiere left something to be desired. She barely appeared to be wearing any paint, and what she did have on failed to highlight her features. We weren't exactly surprised when she revealed that she'd only been doing drag for 5 months.
How long have you been doing drag?
For 15 years.
No, ma'am. All right, you better be perfected.
And you?
Only 5 months.
Oh, wow.
Although she was still experiencing cosmetic issues by the Season 3 reunion, the glamorous queen we all know and love has since emerged. Hallelujah.
Looks like the box got an upgrade, and so did I. Hallelujah, I'm back, bitches!
Number 4. Aja's Princess Disastah look. Early in Season 9, this queen's manufactured social media image was a point of contention in the workroom.
Are you afraid of what America is gonna think of your makeup without Facetune?
Shortly afterward, the contestants presented a fleshed-out fairy tale character on the runway.
I almost wore that same outfit today, so.
Did you?
Yep.
And Aja unsurprisingly got called out for their sloppy makeup.
I also think that your makeup is very dark.
Their aggressive liner and long lashes combined to completely overshadow their eyes. And the judges certainly didn't mince words on the topic, with Michelle Visage brutally commenting that the Princess Disastah moniker was highly appropriate.
Aja definitely chose the right name, Princess Disastah.
Aja may have been going for a more dramatic look considering the challenge, but their execution was clearly flawed. Number 3. Alexis Michelle's Roast of Michelle Visage look. Every Drag Race fan knows what Michelle Visage's least favorite color is. With that in mind, let's just say that Alexis sporting green body paint for the judges' comedy roast was a choice.
In honor of your big night, I wore your favorite color, girl.
Of course, the theatrical queen intended to poke fun at Michelle's taste, but the gag felt forced and just didn't land. Unfortunately, the reference was also lost on guest judges Tamar Braxton and Fortune Feimster.
My question the whole entire time is, why is she green?
To make matters worse, the makeup itself was patchy. In fact, there was none on her feet.
It was a long way to go for a one-word joke. Michelle doesn't like green, so I painted my body, except for my feet.
Although Alexis Michelle had shown her skills in previous weeks, her poor decision-making in this instance understandably landed her in the bottom 2. Number 2. Derrick Barry's eyebrows.
Everyone clowns me for my makeup skill, but it's not as bad as Derrick.
Unknown Britney Spears impersonator, Derrick came onto the show sporting relatively minimal makeup compared to her competitors.
I have seen what you've done with your eyebrows. I acknowledge that you're trying something different, but it's going to be a journey for you.
Eventually, she was challenged to show off a face more typical of a drag queen, but it certainly proved to be a struggle.
Runway look, a little underwhelmed. Don't just give us that same old kind of pretty makeup, just show us something completely different.
The book ball thrust her aesthetic and eyebrows into the spotlight, and Naomi Smalls gave her some harsh feedback and valuable advice.
But the judges told you to do that. The judges haven't told me to glue down my wigs yet. They're telling you to change up your makeup and carve out your face.
Unfortunately, the result was not quite up to par.
Let's relax.
Oh my goodness, girl. Oh, that's all I can say is, oh my goodness.
With thin and too high brows giving her a perpetually surprised expression, all 3 of Derrick's book ball looks were brought down.
When I was a little boy, I would pretend I was a little mermaid every time I took a bath.
She does deserve credit for applying the judges' critiques, but Drag Race simply isn't the place to learn the basics.
This is not the place to find out who you are.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some dishonorable mentions. Magnolia Crawford's nose contour. It was impossible not to focus on this queen's exaggerated makeup job.
My eyes honed right in on that nose contour. It is so dark, girl.
Penny Tracian's Hollywood glamour look. She had accidental sideburns in her one and only episode.
Your shading is very dark. Black, dare I say.
The black on the side looks like a sideburn almost.
Nina Bonina Brown's pink skeleton. Her skull makeup was impressive, but the look was obviously incomplete.
But I think the torso part, it looks a little bit like an afterthought for me.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Tina Burner's makeover of Rosé. Season 13 offered a spin on the perennial makeover challenge, as the queens paired up and transformed into each other.
Reminds me of that song, She's Got Tina Burner Eyes.
In a memorable workroom sequence, Rosé spun around and was clearly surprised by her new look. With her skin an orange hue and her eyes shrouded in an aggressively smoky shadow, she embodied the essence of Tina Burner.
You have a very strong brand. You give us kind of camp, classic, old school drag, that overly smoky eye,
But she didn't exactly look great. The judges commended the accuracy of the makeup, while simultaneously questioning Tina's aesthetic.
It's not elevated, but did she make her look like her? Yes. Did she make her look like her? Yes. Tina's aesthetic is questionable.
We can't really be mad though, as this one-of-a-kind makeover birthed one of the season's funniest moments. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.